would like to invite someone who has done so much when it comes to coaching, who has done so much when it comes to training, who has done so much as a leader, and he has almost more than 3 decades of experience. He is currently based out of Singapore, and he, ladies and gentlemen, is a mesmerizing speaker. We should all learn from him. He's a true Indian by heart, but now settled in Singapore. And that is not just introduction, but he can just mesmerize you with his knowledge and wisdom. To me, knowledge and wisdom is rare, guys. I don't believe in copy and paste when it's about learning industry. To me, he is someone who is very, very authentic, and you should gain a lot from him. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much delay, let me invite our first speaker of the day, Arun Sharma. Let's do a big round of applause for him before he starts speaking. Over to you, Arunji.
Am I audible? Thank you. There are two kinds of people. They are either money-wise or otherwise. It's not funny, it's not sunny if you have no money. No money, no honey. Ladies and gentlemen, savvy, sassy, and shiny Sunday to each one of you. We must self-optimize to monetize our talent. Life is like a vehicle which has 4 wheels. The first wheel is passion. Second wheel is attitude. Third wheel is knowledge. And fourth wheel is skill. When we balance all the wheels, we optimize, then we can reach to our destination. The first wheel, passion. Do what you love what you do. Can't I have on this? I can't see myself on the screen. Is it frozen? As they say, take up a job you love and you never ever have to work in life. If you're playing guitar, are you working? Whatever you are passionate about, that is not your work. It does not make you tired. Passion comes from purpose. We all should have a purpose in life. Higher the purpose, higher would be the passion, deeper would be the passion. The second wheel is attitude. And it has rightly been said, your attitude is your altitude. It's not very easy to change your attitude, but then it's not impossible to change attitude. Have you seen 2 persons working in the same organization, getting the same salary? They have similar qualification, doing almost a similar job, and they have a same boss. One gets promotion and the other does not get promotion. The answer is attitude. Of course, one who did not get promotion would say this is favoritism, this is psychophancy. But then the real answer is attitude. Attitude can make you, attitude can break you. Anything deficient, you'll be able to make it up if you have positive attitude. This is the most important ingredient in life for success. There are many kinds of attitude, but I have listed out 4 attitudes which are quite important. First is attitude of gratitude. Those who are grateful, they get the grace. Some people are grateful to Mother Earth, to the rivers, to everything around, to parents, to teachers, to friends, to boss, to spouse, everybody, even to their pet. And they lead a very happy life. They get automatic grace from all the sides. The second attitude, as I feel, is important, is the attitude of acceptance. Change the changeable and accept the unchangeable. Why does he have that and I don't have that? Now, there is no answer to all this. We must learn to accept the way life goes on. We can try to change whatever is changeable. If we don't accept, all our life we'll be in discomfort and we'll be grumbling. The third attitude is attitude of learning. We are coaches and trainers. It's more relevant in our life. More than what we teach others, we learn ourselves. Some people don't have this attitude of learning. Somebody made a comment that learning is for life. Then somebody else revised and said, no, learning is life. My dear friends, the fourth attitude is attitude of enriching. We have taken much more from this world than whatever we give back. If you don't give back, if we don't enrich, the true happiness, the inner happiness, the real success will elude us. Now, I like to mention here, which is more relevant to the coaches, that these two wheels we spoke about, passion and attitude, these are the rear wheels, the axle wheels. So these are quite important. A vehicle cannot move without the rear wheels. Now these two wheels, they create a kind of strength in the personality. A coach, when he has passion and positive attitude, he gets a kind of bravery. He his ideas become quite brave. And when I say brave, I mean it's an acrostic. B means believable. His ideas must be believable. Whomever is coaching, the participant must find his ideas believable. His ideas, his concepts must be relatable. We are. Then the next letter A, ideas must be actionable. That means doable. And his ideas, thoughts, concepts must be valuable. It must add value to life. And the last one, when he is giving out that idea, the participant must get excited. So his ideas must be excitable. He should say, yes, this is the right choice. Because if I'm not excited about whatever I'm learning, then probably I wouldn't implement. The third wheel is knowledge. And as we all know, knowledge is a journey and not a destination. Some of us are doctors, some of us are engineers, some of us are chartered accountants. It will be relevant to mention if somebody passes his chartered accountancy in 2020, academically he would know more than I know, because he has studied the latest. But then I have more experience. If I want to be as good as the new pass out, then I must continuously upgrade myself. I must attend seminars, I must attend conferences, I must do that continuing education, so on and so forth. Just that you passed an exam isn't sufficient. You have to continually upgrade yourself. The fourth wheel is skill. Skill is a pill to fulfill all your will. It is pertinent to note that skill can get you a job and attitude can get you fired. Just if you have done some mistake in a company, you normally wouldn't get fired. But yes, your bad attitude, your negative attitude can get you fired. So attitude is so important. Just wanted to re-emphasize on that point. Coming back to skill. There are many skills. I was Googling and found out huge list of skills. But I listed out probably 5 or 6, which I thought is very important to everybody and more so to trainers and coaches. The first skill is networking skill. Your network is your net worth. Bigger the network, more prospective clients you have, more business you do, more money you make. So networking gets eventually translated into money. And networking is something you cannot delegate. Few other things can be delegated. I can delegate my accounting work, I can delegate my email writing, but you can't delegate networking. Another skill is selling. When I passed out my CA, I was in India and I used to think it's sufficient. I passed out and everything is okay for me. But eventually I realized that one skill which I missed is the selling skill. So selling does not only mean that you're selling a product. You're selling your idea, you're selling your concept, you're selling your thoughts, you're selling your point of view. If I tell my wife that let us go to that restaurant, instantly she would say not to that restaurant, another one. This is a small example of lack of selling skill. You cannot put across your idea in a way that others accept your idea. If you go in the sea with your fishing boat, you don't expect fishes to come and jump into the boat. You have to throw the net and do some efforts. So selling has to be acquired by everyone. People, even if they are into job, they also need to have selling skill. And for coaches, it is so important. Most of the coaches I know, they have designed a beautiful course, but they cannot sell themselves. Another skill, and all these skills which I'm mentioning, it is more from my experience in life. Probably I lack all this, so these are very important to me. And I thought equally it will be important for others. Prioritizing. First thing first. I have 7 things to accomplish today, and I'm doing the most unimportant one in the morning. If something has to be done before 3 o'clock, it has to be done before 3 o'clock and not after that, because the banks close at 3 o'clock. So if you have to do banking, it has to be done before that. If you have to pay for your credit card, it has to be paid before 12 in the night. Otherwise, there'll be a penalty. You'll get a bad rating. So timing is of importance. You must know the priority. You are doing all the work, but then you don't know the difference between important and urgent. Another skill is communication skill. Words are free, but if you use them wrongly, they cost you. I mean, trainers and coaches need to acquire this skill quite seriously, and this has to be practiced and taken to higher level so that they can impress all their participants. You can be a businessman, but you can't be a president of Chamber of Commerce. You can be a monk, but you can't become Sri Ravi Shankar if you're not a communicator. You can't become Sadhguru. They are more visible because they speak well. It's not that there are other people, they are more spiritual, they are more religious. But then these people, they speak very well. So you see how important is communication. You want to be a leader in your stream. Without communication, you can never be a leader. Another skill I feel is technology skill. We must be proficient in technology. My mobile phone, I don't use more than 2% of this. Probably my son is using 5% of this. If somebody can use this mobile phone more proficiently, he can save a lot of time, he can do better time management, he can do better filing of records, he can search a document instantly within a few seconds. And And there are so many apps which are relevant to your occupation. Whatever you are doing, you can find out there are millions of applications. Thousands are piling up every day. If you know how to utilize your phone effectively, if you know how to utilize your mobile, your laptop effectively, so technology advantage has to be taken. Whatever we do in 2 hours, if we know the right technology to be applied, probably it will be done in 2 minutes. Every time I come across somebody, he teaches me something that, oh, you are doing it this way. No. Do it this way. It is much faster. For instance, just few days ago, a document came to me. I wanted to print, sign, scan back and send it. My son said, no need. You can sign it on the phone. Within 10 seconds, I sent back the document. So there are many such techniques which we need to learn. And this has nothing to do with your IQ. These are simple techniques. Either you know it or you don't know it. More techniques you know, more tips you know, easier it is. You save a lot of time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, talent is a sum total of passion, attitude, knowledge, and skill. If we are deeply passionate about our purpose, if we have positive attitude, we are always topping up our knowledge, and we are always honing our skills, then yes, our talent is gradually on the rise. Talent is not static. It keeps going up and down. So if you do all this, you are gradually moving up. You're going few notches up, probably every day or maybe every week. More talent you have, more money you make. Talent plus time is equal to money. Now the challenge is to increase your talent continually and decrease your time. Whatever you are doing in 8 hours, you should be able to do it in 4 hours and make the same amount of money, rather more money. There are people who go to office 7 in the morning and they leave office at 3 in the evening and they are in the golf course. And they are all billionaires. Here is Arun Sharma, who used to work 18 hours a day and could not have a meaningful bank balance. So it's not hard work which rewards you. It has to be understood. It is the high energy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, talent makes money. Then money makes talent. And this goes on. This cycle goes on till you become an intellectual billionaire. Those who have the gold, they make the rule. That's why it's called golden rule. And the golden rule is, if you have lots of money, your signature becomes your autograph. Your ideas become your wisdom. Whatever you say, people say, oh my God, what a wonderful quotation. So ladies and gentlemen, do you still believe in default destiny, or now you believe in designer destiny? Thank you.